Hi, everybody. Sherry Leopold here, and it is an honor and a pleasure to bring you another Wow Warrior 2023. And today I'm going to introduce you to the incredible, outstanding, amazing Wow Warrior, Dr. Tylisha Johnson. Welcome, Tylisha.
Hi, thank you.
So happy to have you here. You're literally one of my favorite people, I think, on this planet for a variety of reasons, but you are obviously a woman of worth and worthy of the honor of being a Wow Warrior for 2023. I want to start off today. We're going to find out a little bit about what you do, which will explain how I know you. But I want to first ask you a little bit, what does it mean to you, Dr. Ty, to be a Wow Warrior, to be a woman of worth?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. First, I want to thank you so much for inviting me on and for this honor. I am really honored to be a part of this Woman of Worth movement. I am so super excited, and I just want to just publicly thank you for the invitation to address the audience. And so, what do I think, and what is a woman of worth, and what this means? It to me, it is really about tapping into your value, your identity, and who you really are, and standing authentically empowered in that unapologetically. And so recognizing who you are, not looking for validation, because guess what? Your worth and your value was decided the day that you were born, the day that you were birthed in this earth. That's what I believe, that a woman of worth is just really being able to let other people know that I know who I am, that I am a woman of worth. And so standing in your value, in your gifts, unapologetically, all that God has created you to be.
Mic drop. Yes. And it just blends just beautifully into the stand up. The standout is that unrepeatable miracle that you are. And that is my own personal tagline, but that is so true. And honestly, that's exactly what I believe a woman of worth is as well. And you said that very, very well. So thank you for sharing that, Dr. Ty. I really would love for you to talk to our audience a little bit, explain a little bit about what you do, how you serve. And I know you've worn a few hats and have a few different roles, but tell us how you're connecting with people that you're serving right now.
Yes, absolutely. I have many hats. I am going to tell you what all of them are. But yes, I am Dr. Tylisha Johnson, CEO of Transcending Horizons Enterprises, where I develop and deliver customized winning strategies to help you, entrepreneurs, authors, speakers, coaches, to help you to optimize your potential, package your power for profitability, and soar beyond the limits in both your business as well as your life. Guess what? When I show up, what's going to happen? I was born on this earth to activate, to inspire, and motivate others to aspire higher and to soar beyond their limits, whatever that limitation is. And whether that be a mental limitation that's in their mind, that's helping them soar beyond the limitations in their life as a certified life coach, or as a business strategist. I have my doctorate degree in business administration, my MBA. So I'm able to help you as a business strategist. And so helping you to soar beyond those limitations that you may find in your business, even about getting started. So listen, that's how I show up. That's what I was called to do. That's what I was birthed on this earth to do, is to help people do what I have done. And that is soar beyond every limitation that has ever been in my life. My story is extensive, and I've only done it by the power of God that is within me.
Oh, I love it. And that's exactly how you've helped me. And it's led to what we're doing here today. But we won't talk about me and my journey, but you are my business strategist. We just might point that out. So and I'm so grateful for you for that. So I want to ask you, Dr. Ty, like what is it in this journey that you've been on? Because it's taken some twists and turns. What is it in this journey that is what women inspired you along the way? Because obviously you're a very strong, confident woman. Is there somebody that you'd like to point to, that you'd like to salute, that has really impacted your journey?
Wow, I have a litany. I have a litany of women. Of course, I can't start off without saying, my mother. Absolutely, my mother. My mother instilled a work ethic in me, and so that was one thing that she did. She instilled that. My grandmother instilled excellence within me, and Miss Lola too, my second grade principal. She absolutely told me, she said, listen, you're intelligent, you are very bright, and you can do anything that you want to do. And that is really what was key, that really set me on the trajectory of really truly believing that I could do anything that I wanted to do, being a part of that talented and gifted program. I mean, she really helped me to believe that. And then I always point to Maya Angelou, who is my favorite poet. So being a poet myself, I believe that she is very inspirational. If you take a look at her story, she's been through many, many challenges. And I must say that it's only by the power of God. Listen, I am a kingdom woman. I belong to the kingdom of God. And so I cannot go on record as saying that I can attribute it to any one person, but I can truly, truly attribute all of my success to God Himself.
Oh, I love that's beautiful. And actually, one of my favorite documentaries ever is the one on Maya Angelou. Oh my gosh, I just was so moving. She went through some stuff, which actually kind of leads to my next question that I have for you. So, um, you're very accomplished, of course, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation if you weren't. But I want to point out that the journey isn't always easy, right? And there's challenges and there's things that come up. What are some of the challenges that you've had to overcome along the way in your journey to success, the success you have today, that you feel have actually, maybe you want to say in hindsight, actually helped you to accomplish all that you have?
Wow, wow, such a loaded question. Oh, another powerful question. Listen, I can tell you that I have been through many things within my life, from rejection and abandonment at the age of 8 by my father. Failing to have that relationship with him. I've overcome that. And I can tell you that really started me also on the trajectory of wanting to make sure that I pursued everything in excellence, that I was enough, and it really was to a point where I was trying to prove that I was worthy. And so until I found out that I didn't need to prove that anymore. So I would say, that started, my one of my journeys of something I had to overcome. And in addition to that, I mean, being born to a teenage mother, that was something as well. Though my grandmother was very, very supportive along the way. So I didn't feel all of the bumps and bruises that a lot of children experience, but I would say that as well. And then, I can say that, my two beautiful children, I was blessed. But one of the hardest things, and Sherry, you know this already, is the passing of my son. My 11-year-old son passed away in 2011. And at that time, I was actually working on my doctoral degree. He passed away from leukemia. He was 9 months in the hospital. That was the most greatest tribulation that I have ever experienced. And I know that, there are women who are mothers that, I hope that you haven't ever experienced this, but don't even try to imagine it. It is the greatest pain. But I can say it was through my relationship with God that I was able to stand. But even in overcoming that, tribulations come to make you stronger. And I arose from that, and I finished what I started. I want to encourage the women on here. Listen, you're gonna go through things. You're gonna go through trials and tribulations, but you have to have a spirit of a finisher. If you started it, then you have to make a commitment to finish it, to execute it. And so, like I said, I can go on and on. I divorced after 20 years of marriage. But I can tell you that so many things, but none compares to the loss of my child. And I can tell you that overcoming that was only by the grace of God. And I say that I have the grace and mercy of God and the peace of God each and every day, because that's not something that you just get over.
Right. And I think that, like, what I'm hearing is, like, you use those things as the fuel to be the finisher, right? Like,
Mhm.
instead of being finished because of them, you use those things, those tribulations, as the fuel to be that finisher that you were so determined to be. And that's just one of the shining examples of what really makes a woman of worth, because literally nothing will stop her from her purpose and stop her from writing her place in history. And that's just a perfect example, Ty. Thank you for sharing that. So I want to ask you a little bit slightly different question. So what kind of advice would you give to a woman who is struggling to see her own worth, or she feels like she is either falling short? What advice would you give her?
Hmm. I love that. Listen, one thing that I believe is about transcending horizons and soaring beyond the limits. First of all, you have to identify what are those negative limitations that are in your mind. What are the lies that are holding you back, right? Because we always have to do an analysis. I always say analyze before you strategize. So I would say, really look at those things. Look at what's going through your mind, and then you want to write those things down and kick the lie out with the truth. Kick the lie out with the truth that you are enough, that you have enough, that God created you uniquely. He uniquely designed you to be who you are, and you are lacking nothing. You are equipped. You are empowered, and you can stand validated and affirmed in just who you are. You don't need another voice. You don't need another opinion. You don't need anybody to come and tell you that you are worth it, worthy, or valued in any way. The fact that you are here, that you are living and breathing, you have a purpose. God has a plan for you. And listen, we have to overcome those limitations. You can do it. You can stand as that woman of worth. And don't think, oh, I have so much that I think that everybody else is doing what I'm doing. Nobody can do what you do, how you do it.
That's
Do
right.
you understand that? Listen, the DNA, the DNA, your journey, all of that is different. Like Sherry always says, you are an unrepeatable miracle. That means there was no copy that was made of you. And when you go out, you can step out there and you can stand confident and firm, because the confidence is in the fact that you were created on purpose for a purpose, right? And you need to walk in purpose.
Woo, preach. Like, and you do that too. I just want to point out, as you probably well have noticed. Oh, yes, that was a mouthful. And honestly, it's like so refreshing, and it is so rejuvenating. And like literally watch that spot over and over and over in this interview if you have a low spot, because that will pull you up and remind you that you are a one of a kind. And a woman of worth. So thank you so much for that. That was inspiring for me. I want to ask you a couple things before we close out. I know that people probably are like, man, I need to talk to her. So I want to talk about how somebody can connect with you and get to know you and maybe see if your services, Dr. Ty, are right for them. Can you share with our viewers how that can happen?
Absolutely. Thank you so very much. Yes, you can connect with me at transcendinghorizonsent.com. Again, it's transcendinghorizonsent.com. And ongoing, listen, I give you 30 minutes discovery session. And that 30 minutes discovery session is to discover not only me discovering about you and finding out everything about you, but also answering any questions that you have about me, because we do have to see whether we are a good fit. Let me help you by being able to just have that 30-minute window. I just want that 30-minute window that I can talk to you. And I can see, because one thing that I found with entrepreneurs, authors, coaches, is that they don't all the time know exactly what is. I truly believe, and I always say that it is your difference that makes all the difference. And so being able to help you with your brand clarity, help you to really reposition yourself. I want you to be in your own lane, not only in what you do, but how you do it. And so you have to have that strategy. You have to have that execution. And listen, I want you to look out for the Soaring Moms Network. I am excited. Yay! You heard it here first on Sherry Leopold. You have heard it here first on Option Creators. You have heard it here first on the Woman of Worth Warriors. I am excited about Soaring Moms Network, and I want you to be a part of it. Even if it's not you, you might know a mother. You might know a mother or two that would love to be in that community. I'm super excited about it. So be on the lookout.
Oh, that's exciting. I can't wait to support you in that. That is so cool. I love that. So before we sign off, I hope people will take advantage of that 30 minutes of gold nuggets. That's what you're going to get with meeting with Dr. Tylisha Johnson. Ty, I actually want to ask you, 100 years from now, when your physical body is no longer here, what is it that people will say when they hear the name Dr. Tylisha Johnson? What legacy are you leaving here? What are they going to say about you?
That I activated, I inspired them, that I motivated them to aspire higher and to soar beyond the limits in their business and life. And that's what I've been saying. That's what I am born for. And that I truly, truly lived and loved authentically from the inside out. And that I truly, truly walked in love demonstrated. I believe that love is an action word. I truly love everybody. I have a heart of love, and I want to see everybody advance and move forward in their life. I want to see everyone soar even higher, soar beyond those limits. I want to see you win. Listen. I want to see you win. I believe in you. I believe in everything that you're doing. And so I believe that that's what they'll say.
I love that. And I 100% agree with you. That is what they're going to say about you, because you truly exemplify everything that a wow warrior, woman of worth is about. Dr. Tylisha Johnson, I just want to say thank you so much for all you do for me, but thank you so much for being one of the honorees for 2023 Wow Warrior. I'm just so proud to know you. And I'm excited that other people are going to get to experience Dr. Tylisha Johnson. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.